Today's lemma is on hysteresis. Hysteresis is something that allows some systems to have memory. It may occur around systems without memory. Nostalgia is like hysteresis. And every few decades you'll find a generation nostalgic for the fashion and movies from decades ago. An old memory can affect the system decades down the line. Hysteresis is behind the history dependence utilized by hard drives. The baby boom is a famous example of hysteresis in demographic sciences. Even decades after World War II ended, the effect can still be seen on many countries' population pyramids and wealth distributions. The curves look almost sigmoidal. A sigmoid is a monotonic function. Some functions may appear to just be monotonic, and some distributions may have a single mode. Then, with no warning at all, may experience a transformation even after they hit their perceived limit. More transformations often means more modes. This makes for further difficulty. Sometimes these transformations are a result of something that happened a long time ago. In many systems, this effect can be generalized to the concept of hysteresis. Many readily associate hysteresis with madness. This is a result of Karl Marx, who mistook the word hysteresis as a form of the word hysteria. Hysteresis actually comes from the far more ancient Greek word hysteros, which is associated with being late. The effects from hysteresis come later. Were we to want to use hysteresis as an adjective, we wouldn't use the word hysterical. We'd say hysteresial. Nevertheless, there is a great deal of amazing poetry highlighting a relation between memory hysteresis and trauma that predates modern notions of PTSD. Sometimes the memory involved isn't an improvement and just takes up space or more directly hurts the system. Other times, the feedback loop associated with hysteresis can lead to a process known as hormesis. This is when a system takes in pain and receives benefit from it. Hormesis is often associated with sigmoids, while hysteresis is associated with hysteresis loops. When you push two magnets together, the memory of that force in the magnet is what repels them back when you let go. When you stretch a rubber band, it is hysteresis that pulls it back to its previous state up to a point. If you strain the rubber band too much, it will snap. Same with the hysteresis that occurs when you blow up a balloon. Sigmoids are often a hologram for hysteresis. When a memory has an effect on the system, often it will appear as an abnormal change in derivatives. The cumulative distribution function may start to look steeper. On time series analysis, you can sometimes identify it by rapid growth or loss. As time goes on, we can see how the curve changes and feeds back into itself. Hysteresis is like a sigmoid that has stored up fat for the winter. This can be illustrated by electrically polarized material. Linear dielectric polarization looks like a straight line. Paraelectric polarization looks like a sigmoid. Ferroelectric polarization is what finally reveals to us the hysteresis loop. The energy stored within the middle of the hysteresis loop acts like a memory of a previous state. Hysteresis is a type of memory. If the system is memoryless, look at the ambient space around the system instead of the outputs. Never trust someone trying to sell you something memoryless. They'll remember your mistakes, but not their own. Entropy scrambles information, but if the system is reversible, then there is no change in entropy. However, it might not seem so reversible to an observer with limited resources, so be careful. This is called practical irreversibility. Every time you stretch the rubber band, you run the risk of practical irreversibility. When the rubber band snaps, you're very unlikely to be able to put it back together again. When a rubber band snaps, it is known as a handle-breaking event in topology. Handle-breaking events occur in rapid decompressions and may risk being practically irreversible. So the next time you go chasing a thrill of a big payoff in the market, remember the risk of practical irreversibility. Thank you.